Alrighty, Kmart shoppers, I am back here. I have cut 2 strips to start the hidden paper clip, the decorated hidden paper clip, because I am totally lost the word that I really want to say. And it'll eventually come to me probably about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning. So there you go, in my sleep. And suddenly I'll be bolt upright thinking it. But I have 2 strips. One is the inside one that you use, and I'll show you why. And then this is the outer one. Normally, I cut this piece smaller. And this one I did, but I'm running into the problem. This one is, where this is 2 inches wide, my inner part is 1 3/4 inches. And normally that's not an issue. And then it's about a little bit, I cut it by 5. So it is 1 3/4 inches by 5 inches. That is my standard cut for the inside part of the paper clip. The problem is, because I did this, normally it slides right on because it's just one surface, but because of what I did, it is snagging on the edge. So I literally have to cut the inner part the same size as the outer part. And I know that you're probably not, it's not making sense, but it hopefully will as I show you. So the first thing I'm going to do, so I just cut these. These are both 2 inches by 8.5 inches. So I'm going to take my handy dandy bone folder and score at 4 1/4 on both these pieces so that they're already ready to play with each other nicely. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this, and the problem is I wouldn't had to go get it from the kitchen table because I already have it set to pack, to take with me. I am now going to grab handy dandy the marquee, the marquee, because really if he's going to be royalty, then we should refer to it as the marquee. It has a title. Okay, I've been watching too many, BBC. I've been watching too much BBC, okay, What I'm going to do now is I'm going to emboss. I'm going to emboss it before I punch it. I did it the other way the last time. I'm going to try it this way and see what if there's any difference. But what I'm going to do is I'm only going to emboss half of it. So, this is the top. We'll see, because it's kind of, I don't know if it backfired or not on me, but it's almost like, see, I think, but then you won't see it. So I literally have to put it to the edge. I'm doing it, hopefully you can see, I'm putting this edge right here, and I broke my nail, this edge right here, right up against the edge right here, hopefully you can see, of the embossing part. What's going to do is over emboss, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. And there's nothing to be done for, which is why I ended up decorating the back of it, to camouflage that. But you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. I think it's unavoidable. Or it is unavoidable for somebody with a pea brain like mine. But let's just run it through real quick. Whee! It shoots out of you guys. You didn't see that. I think it's just literally shot out the other end. But see what happened? You can't see it, but there, right there is the original score line. So I still now have to fold it in half carefully because now I'm embossed. And so I have a little bit here, and it's just a little piece of interest. I think, let me look on the other one that I just put, I covered it up. You can see a little bit of embossing here. It looks like I did it on purpose. Nobody's to the wiser unless one of the recipients of this will see this and they'll say, oh, now I know what she did. Now I still have to banner cut the bottom of these, and this is my little punch. That is the first punch I have bought in I don't know how long. I've got punches there that I refuse to get rid of, but I haven't touched them. I don't use punches, but this has been a really handy punch because it cuts the banner part out. Know that when you do this, because I kept this at 8.5. I'm gonna lose. I think I almost lose 1 inch on the length by the time you take it all the way in and then just hit punch, and there you go. But see, that's how much gets cut off. That's 1 inch. I lose 1 inch off the length of this. So I have got, now I'm ready to rock and roll, and I have that cute little piece there that I don't know what I'll use it for. So I'll set that aside now. And now we have to assemble the shaker assembly. And again, all I used was just the heart pieces from that Crafter's Companion kit. And I will link you. I don't know. It was that one. I know I got it on HSN. I'll be honest with you. That was an HSN thing. I don't know if they still have them, but if they don't, there's a good chance either I can find it on Crafter's Companion or Craft Stash. I'll link you down below to it if I can find it, if it's still available somewhere. And I need one more of these guys. So you know what? I think I need one more of these guys because I was going to cut it for you to show you what I did. So give me a second because I now got to pull that paper. Hold on. So after a determined effort of not having to use up all the scraps, I know a piece of scrap and I forgot that it was the piece of scrap to cut this heart out with. I'm such a dork. So I had to cut a new piece of paper on here. So, oh my gosh. And my housemate there's mocking me. So if you guys heard the mocking, that was him. I deserved it. Anyway, okay, so all I have to do is, I mean, this is not rocket science. It just takes a little fidgeting, and I hate this part of the fidgeting. This one is super, to me, to my feeling, super sensitive to not being in the right place. So it's hard to get it lined up so that all of the edges look even, which is why it's a 2 taper for sure, at least. Okay, so now all I have to do is pull out the marquee, because remember, it's royalty, so we must treat it with its due deference. And we'll grab a much loved folder here and run the heart through. And this is going to be a pain in the neck, I think. So let's see if it allows me to do it this way. I think I have to do it peek in to get the heart to go through this. Let's see. Yeah, it's stuck. So I'm not going to run it peek in. What I'm going to do is, because I'm not going to realign that thing, I'm going to do what I would not normally do is I'm going to whip out a brand new one. I am fixed because this, now watch, it'll go through real quick for me. Let's see. See? It should, in theory, go right through. Yep. But that one that folder I was just trying to use right now has plenty of life in it. But it starts getting persnickety after after a bit for stuff like this. And I knew that I had to send the heart through peek first. And I forgot. And there we go. It popped right out. That's what I love about the marquee. But wait, we got housekeeping to do. Housekeeping! Let's just vacuum this up. Whee! I love this toy. It just entertains me. There we go. But now we have our heart. I've already off camera cut all of the acetate I need for these hearts because they are a pain in the butt. I mean, I can't get the marquee. I mean, I can. Let me take it back. I can get the marquee to cut it, but it's a pain in the neck. You know, it involves a shim and all of this rigmarole. And I'm like, yeah, no, I just whipped out the Empress. And even with then, I really should have ripped out the matte, either gone over and grabbed the Old Faithful or grabbed my Gemini. But that was, I'm like, yeah, no, I already don't have, 2 inches to work here. So I'm like, never mind. Now, where is, okay, I'm going to grab this glue. My Nuvo, because this dries faster than the Barely Art, and I don't need really that much widget time, but I do want it to dry fast. I just want to not have to deal with this. So we're going to, although I'll figure it out in a minute, because I do have to then add the foam, and I got too impatient and I made trouble for myself on the other one. It just, because then they kept moving. I'm like, no. It sticks out a little bit. Oh, wait, no, wait. What I do want to do is on several spots, like a couple of spots here, one there, kind of like, so it sticks down. So that should be one right there, maybe. There we go. Little dots there. And now we're going to grab my acetate, make sure it's clean. I just ran it across my jeans. There we go. And we're going to lay that. Look, did you see that? It picked it right up. It said, come to me. Come to mama. That was just the static speaking. Okay, and now I got to take the time. And I know I'm not at a good angle for you guys, but I need to be able to see to make sure those edges line up right. Okay, so now I'm actually going to do the better part of patience. And although I have to hold it down because it just, it's like, it really doesn't want to glue. So, but this is why I wanted to use the faster drying glue, so that I would not use up as much time here with this. So that should be okay in theory. Oh! So we're going to set that aside and let it dry. And we're going to work on this, the paper clip portion of this. So remember, I still have this. I already have this done, but I still have my the inner child of this project. And it's not really super flatty. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't care at this point. What I've noticed, if you've ever used a bone folder on some papers, it like polishes the paper, so you can tell frequently, which is why I use the Teflon. But since this is going to go on the inside, we truly and honestly don't give a fiddly fart. I am now going, and this is where I have to think about it, because what I want to do is make it the exact same size, but there's a part of me that wants to take off, like literally like on the bottom on an 8. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off. Let's see if this, we're going to find out. This is me experimenting with you guys. So I am doing the unmentionable thing. I'm going to wing it. We all know how that's a 50-50 proposition with me. But I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off is what I'm going to do. Which is a good thing because this is uneven. It's longer. But before I do that, I want to, let me set that aside for a second, because it is not straight. These edges are not. So, and that happens a lot of times where, okay, now, there it is. I put away my bone folder. I want to make sure those edges are edge to edge lined up. Now they are. Okay. And that happens. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take off that 1/8 of an inch. I almost thinking a 1/16 might be enough. But we're going to go the full 1/8. It's not that much of a difference. It's not that much, and hopefully just enough. So we'll see how this plan of mice and mad scrappers works. And now I'm going to go back to my punch. And we're going to slide it right in there. Whoops. Slide it just right in there. There we go. And we're going to punch. And now what we will do is we're going to grab one of our paper clips. Hence why this is called the hidden paper clip, because we are hiding the paper clip between the layers. And I just grab a big one. I'm wondering if I honestly wouldn't do better with grabbing a small one. But what I am going to do is widen this guy up a little bit. Remove some of the pressure. There we go. Let's go. Let's do that. Okay, so I've got this paper clip in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a combo. Let's see how this works. I'm going to do a little combo work. Oh, now let me grab Big Mama, who somersaulted all the way. I have like a little thing I slide her into, and she's ready to go rook, and went up against the wall. It's like, alrighty then. That was a neat little trick there. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to do a combo. Hang on a minute. This is making me crazy. It's bothering the crud out of me. There we go. Let me tighten it up. It seemed to be a little loose, and it was going out of alignment. There we go. I'm going to go around, and we're going to tape it and then put glue on top of it, but that tape will want to grip fast. It'll give me the fast grip. So we're going to do the back first. We're doing the back side first. And let's see. This is just, some of my insanity. And I might be just taking an extra step for nothing, but one never knows. So we're going to find out. Okay, I'm going to put you, oh my goodness. That's why, the reasons why is there we go. I think that was part of the reason. I had something in there that was in the wrong slot. It was trespassing. So let me line this back up more or less in the center. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is put glue down anyway, because I want it to stay. So between the two, it should do it. It'll give me that instant stick. And then the glue will also activate, will also dry up, and then give me that really permanent stick. So again, I'm using the Nuvo because I want the faster drying action. But I'm going all the way to the edge. I want to make sure on this one that I get a seal all the way. I would normally pay a little bit more faster and looser on it. But on this one, I am going right up to the edge. Okay. Alrighty, now we're going to grab this. Try not to get glue all over my fingers. Okay, and then we're going to take that in here. And we're just going to, this is why, let's smash that in and just kind of hold it together. I'm glad I took 1/8 of an inch. I probably could have taken off a little bit more. Just because the paper clip, I forgot the paper clip displaces it a little bit. So we might be able to see a little bit off the edge, but I'm just going to have to live with that. But on the next one I do, I'll probably take off more than 1/8 of an inch. Now I know, because I did not allot for the paper clip. But see, it is already adhered. It is glued down. Because see, that paper, I forgot to allow for that. So, and you know, it might be, I don't know, not 1/8, but it'll be, what, 3/4/16, something like that. We'll see. We'll see how many, or 5/16, I forget. Okay. But we've got that. Now we have it. So now I'm going to repeat that step now with this layer, the top layer. We're going to do a combo of tape and glue and see how that works. Alrighty. Okay, and go here. Then we're going to go this way. Alrighty. And go that. And go there. Okay. And now we're going to add the rest in glue. And we're going to go all the way right around the edge. And just fill it in. And this is not the time for rationing. I'm just going to squirt glue to my little heart's content. There we go. And scribble, scribble, scribble. I think I did a good job there, getting it all the way to the edge. Okay. Put a lid on it so that it doesn't clog. This bottle actually is pretty good about not clogging. Uh-oh. We have potential incoming. Because Elvis is going to figure out a path in this minefield of stuff in the way. Because we haven't had a cat meal in a while, have we? We've not had. But he's like trying to figure out, it's funny, you can't see him from my angle as he's poking his way through, but you'll be, if he keeps moving, he'll be able to, because he can't turn around. He's got to come this way now. There is no way. There's barely enough space between that red box I showed you earlier in the video and a little shelf I have there. Oh no, but he's figuring out how to back up. He's showing me. But there we go. So this is now put together. So let's test, before I put this all together, let's test my theory and see if it now goes on easier because I took it edge to edge. It does. That was it. So I struggled more with this guy, the other guy. This one goes right on. So the only thing I have to do is make it a little, I could probably take off a 1/16 on both sides. And I need to take off another 1/16 on the bottom. So that because I see a little bit of white sticking out. And I don't know if I can, I wonder if I can go in there and nip it off. I don't think so. And I'm not doing it with scissors. This one will have to stay that way. But let me see what happens. I'm cutting something, I'm going to tell you that much. I did. Uh-oh. Well, I made it a lot shorter now. But that's okay. That's okay. I can live with that. But now you don't see. And hopefully I didn't break this thing. Hey, we're going to find out. No, it looks okay. It's like, it would serve me right. But now I don't see the white backing out. But this is another one of those moments. Don't do as I did. Do as I say. Cut off that little bit. Take a 1/16 more. And I'll put all those measurements in the description down below if you ever want to make a paper clip like this, now you know. So now we're ready to decorate. So now I can go on the back, and I'm going to grab one of these guys, and I put them on. I took all my pieces that I cut, and I have put them in those little Ziploc bags because they're harder to lose. And which one do I want to put on here? Oh, I like that one. That one's really pretty. So we'll put that one, a little bit of French in it. And we're going to take really quick a Tim Holtz distressing tool, my ever faithful Timmy. And I've had this. This is another one of those things that I have had for years and only recently really seriously started using it. And I'm assuming eventually I'm going to have to replace it because I'm assuming the blade in here gets dull. But so far, so good. It is, I think there's one spot, one of these guys is kind of dull. And I can't remember. It's either on this side or that side. And I could be wrong, so who knows. But while I'm talking too much because I don't want to overly distress it. I just wanted to give it a slight distressing. So because I'm yammering, I'm distressing more than I want to. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and take little bits of it off just to give it that. Oh, I like it. And we're going to bring in housekeeping. I've never done, I've never tried to pull this up with the house. Does this work? Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, housekeeping is done. Now, where is, I have that. Aha, I see it over here dashed. There's my ink and this, and we are just going to ink it. I mean, I don't know, do I really want to ink it? Where is the paper clip now? He's over here. Do I want to leave it just that total stark contrast? I mean, I could get away with it. Let me see on where's the finished sky. How does it, I mean, it is 6, I don't know, and this one is so light. I don't know, I'm going to ink it, if nothing else, for the sake of consistency. Maybe I just won't ink it that deeply. That might be it. I'll just go a little bit around the edge really quickly. I'm trying to keep this video from going too long. I'm ever an epic fail at just that, but there you go. And voila. So we have that one. So now we will just glue that. All I have to do is glue it down. It's going to stick out unless I take it straight. On this one, I'm going to stick it straight to the top to keep it from being, it still peak a tiny little bit, but not noticeably so. And that's because of what I did. So let that be a lesson to you. And now I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to glue down because this is just paper. Even though it's on the shiny bit, it'll still be fine. And there we go. Ta-da! Alrighty. Oh my goodness. There we go. So I got that glued down now. And that is like instant. That is good and stuck. Now we can set this aside for a minute and let's continue building the shaker. And it's almost done. The shaker, there's not much more. I just need to grab, I have handy my spool of 1/8 inch. And see, now it's all clear, so now it's all dry. I struggled a bit because I didn't wait for it to dry. Totally, the glue was still white. And that's only because I'm a dork. So I'm just going to start here at the bottom and just lay it down right here. And just, the hardest part is right here in the curvature. Because the paper, the foam itself curves and does what I want it to. It's the top, the paper, the protector that doesn't want to do what I want it to do. And I really don't care because I'm about to rip it off in 5 minutes anyway. So I am really uninterested in its desires. Where is, we'll use these scissors, which means I have 3 pairs of scissors floating around this desk right now. Do you guys hear my cat over there meowing, saying, okay, it's dinner time, I want to be fed. Uh-oh. Something bad just showed up on my desk. We're not going to talk about it, but I believe it looks like half a donut, half a lemon fill. Oosh. Ah, the evil people in my lives. Okay. So we're just going to take that. So now I'm really motivated to finish this because there's that lemon fill. All right. Let me get this done. And there we go. That was it. We're going to take that and then just nip it right there. And see how it already wants to come up? And never mind about it already wants to come up. It did come up. So there we go. And I'm not going to wrestle with it. Now we're going to set that aside. We're going to grab the base here, which I cut it out of an even lighter pink. I just wanted to have a little tiny bit of contrast. So I just, you know, so it's a little, although you can really almost not tell the difference. But I now have that, and I have shaker bits. So now I'm really, this one, I know better. I'm just going to grab a little tiny bit of both so that they actually do what we want them to do, which is shake. So I think that is more than enough with that. And I'm having a hard time with making peace with that being more than enough because I always over shaker bit my shakers. Just on pure principle. Okay, now we get that in there, you there. It's like I have the compulsion of having them all facing up. So let's see if we can do that in a reasonable amount of time. We'll take that one, and there you go, and that one. And it's all about the tools, people. And let's quit. Wow, and there's one more. And then I will be, no, there's another one. We'll do you two, and then, oh my gosh, and he flipped anyway. There's a cat hair stuck to the tool. There's a surprise. And you, and there. I can breathe now. There we go. And this one, I know it's stacked. I can feel, I can tell. There's more. There we go. Let's flip you over. Yeah, come on. Oh, I'm about ready to not include you. Okay, so do you want to be in the shaker or don't you? There we go. And then I wanted to use some of these. And this is last year's stash from, I think, Dollar Tree. I got these. And I've already gone to my Dollar Tree and I didn't see anything. But we all know that supply chain here is a challenge at best. So, and that's probably the best thing I can say about it. So I'm only going to put, I think that's it. That's all I'm going to put because I really do want this to shake. So we just leave it at that. That's plenty right there. This should be visible. Okay, we're not. Make sure that Ziploc bag is closed before I have an explosion of shaker bits. And there we go. So now I'm just going to pile that in a little bit. And now I'm going to remove the tape on this. And we'll just lay it down. There isn't any rocket science to this. Really. Other than just lining. If I figure if I line it at the tip, everything will falls into place. There we go. And see, now this, see? This really shakes. I'm about ready to take some undo to the other one. And just, or a little corner of it, just so that I can pull out some of the shaker bits. You know what I did not do, and I'm already having an issue, I can tell, is just know when if you don't have this, or find some way of doing it, I should have hit the inside. I have this tool, and it's a We Are memory keeper. It's our NEK tools. And I should have gone on the inside. I do this, and I forgot. That's how, because I've made a shaker in a long time. You go on the inside edge of the foam because there's still adhesive, so that your shaker bits do not stick to the adhesive. And I forgot to do that on this one. So there you go. Another, yet again, another case of don't do what I say, don't do what I do what I say. And now we're ready to apply this to the paper clip. And I did it differently, and now that I remembered about glue tape, I use actually my 3D glue just to make sure it adhere, because this is kind of dimensionally, but I think between the tape and the glue, I'm going to get good adhesion of this. So on that note, let me grab Big Mama. I'm going to do Big Mama here. And this heart, notice that this heart, I have to be careful because this heart does stick out the edges. So I can only put tape in this area right here. So make sure. And look, this thing moved anyway. I was trying to get it off the edge, and I guess it just wants to do that. So we're going to stop arguing the point with it. But I want to make sure that there's plenty of tape. So between the tape and the glue that I lay down, it will stay stuck to this heart because I've embossed it. Okay, that should be more than enough between the two. We'll put that puppy away. And now we're going to grab the glue and just squirt glue over the exact same surface. I do this trick. Normally I do this trick because I want to have some little scoogel time. And I do this with foam tape. I do this with foam tape. So that it allows me, once when you're working with foam tape, the minute it touches the paper, that's it. It's not budging. So that it gives me a little slip and slide time. On this, I don't need it per se. I just want it to, although I'm going to take full advantage of that fact. But I'm hoping. So now I'm just going to press it down. But it's sticking. So it's holding. And there you go. So I can literally probably go ahead and put it on the folder. And it's going to be fine. Let's see. So now let's slide it onto this folder. There we go. Oh my gosh. Huge difference. Huge. There you go, guys. But there you have it. There is my ephemera folder for the Vianney Create Swaps. And if you go to her channel, she'll be doing a reveal probably later this week. And you'll be able to see all the amazing folders that are going to show up at her. She reveals them all before then, she determines who the swap by. She does it right there on camera. Determines the groupings. And then she puts them back out in the mail to us. But I also wanted to share this, not just because I'm doing a swap or anything, because this is something you can do as a gift. I mean, we all have our crafty friends, our scrappy friends, and you want to think of a cute little, sweet little gift. I mean, make a folder like this and just stuff it with little things, little, ephemera pieces that you think she will like. And wouldn't that be such a cool little crafty gift? So I wanted to share that because this is not just a swap thing. This is a gift item too. I'm going to come back. But anyway, so what I wanted to say, and my brain is always 2 steps ahead of my mouth. I'm going to go ahead and end in here because this is all I wanted to do was assemble the folder. I'm going to come back in another video with the reveal of and I'm going to stuff it so you can see what my swap buddies are going to be getting. So I will go ahead and finish the other ones, or not, maybe I'll just do this one. You probably just need to see this one. And then later on, I'll come back and I'll show you what I got, because I always share what I get in return. I'm always so excited to see what other people do. But that's all I have for you now. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got something from this. And if you did, go ahead and give me a like, give me a thumbs up and drop me a comment. I love the notes. And then if you want to see more of my madness, of this insanity, then go ahead and subscribe and ding the bell, because I promise you, I am like a bad penny. I'm going to keep turning up. So otherwise, thanks a lot, guys. I will be back. And don't forget, we're all a little mad here. So let's scrap the madness together. Okay? Talk to you guys later. Love ya. Bye.